Hello, today I'm going to be interviewing an expert on European colonization. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Kennedy Hermes.
Hi everyone.
Kennedy, you must know a lot about European colonization, being an expert, right?
Yes, of course.
Can you summarize what European colonization is for us?
Yes, European colonization was the exploration and colonization of Europeans coming from the Old World to the New World, which was the Americas.
Why did European colonization happen?
It happened because Europeans had a strong desire for lavish living and wealth. They just weren't happy with what they had in the Old World.
Who were some popular explorers during this time?
Some known explorers in this time were Leif Erikson, Marco Polo, Ibn Battuta, Christopher Columbus, and Genghis Khan. During the time of the explorers, many things happened to emerge, like new land being found, the Silk Road, and Columbian Exchange.
Can you tell us about the Silk Road?
Yes, the Silk Road was a trail that people traveled on to trade food. Along with these, diseases were also traded.
Was anything wrong with the Silk Road?
Yes, many people would get lost on these paths. It wasn't too efficient, but then a man named Genghis Khan wanted to take over these trade routes. For this to happen, he had to bring together a group of people. He united the Mongols that were in a huge fight. He was able to take over the trade routes and fix them so that people would not get lost, because that would happen a lot.
Can you tell us more about Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan was a very successful man who established trade routes. He unified Mongols and took over the Silk Road. Genghis Khan united the Mongol Empire, which is a group of people that were in a constant and major fight. He took the whole entire Mongol society and restored them. He protected people and helped save their lives by establishing trade routes on the Silk Road. He made them a lot safer.
Who would you say is like Genghis Khan today?
Cops protect people from many things, including hurting themselves and hurting others by their actions. This shows how cops resolve problems in society. Now, when we compare law authorities like cops to Genghis Khan, they have a lot of similarities.
Can you explain more to us about the Columbian Exchange?
Yes, of course. When the trade routes closed on the Silk Road, it led to the Columbian Exchange and more exploration and colonization, which makes the world function the way it does today. The Columbian Exchange is the exchange between food, diseases, ideas, religion, plants, animals, and culture. The exchange is between the Old and New World. The Americas were the New World, and Asia, Europe, and Africa were the Old World. Fun fact, it's named Columbian Exchange because of Columbus. Nothing has to do with Columbia.
Can you tell us more about Columbus?
Columbus is a man who people think of in a very diverse way. He colonized and explored the Caribbean and South America. He is either credited or blamed, depending on what people think, for giving the Americas an opportunity to be explored.
Can you give us an example of this to show us what had happened during the time of the Columbian Exchange?
Yes, well, you see, Ireland did not have potatoes before the exchange, and tomato sauce was on Italy. Countries would not have their normal everyday life if it weren't for the Columbian Exchange.
What were its impacts and benefits?
It impacted the world in good and bad ways. The typical foods that people eat and love every day would not be where they are. Diseases and sickness would not be where they are if it weren't for the exchange. The regular religion that people practice would not be the same.
What would be like Columbian Exchange today?
As trading became more efficient, things like goods were imported and exported from different continents through cargo ships. Some of America's huge imports are China and Canada. China exports textiles, toys, and equipment. Our neighbor to the north, Canada, exports oil, gas, and uranium. These goods that are key to lifestyle in America are exported on huge cargo ships.
Can you tell us more about the diseases and sicknesses that spread?
Oh, it was awful. On these routes, Africa, Europe, and Asia would trade food, like I said, right? Well, they did not know with all this new food being traded that there were diseases. This caused bubonic plague, measles, and mumps to spread throughout Asia, mostly China and India. Europe and Africa had a huge outbreak of Black Plague that occurred, killing thousands of people.
What happened after this?
Things were so bad. With everyone dying, things were just getting worse. Things were so bad until the rebirth of trading happened. It was called the Renaissance, which is when everything was rebuilt, replenished, and renewed.
It seems like European colonization is really important in the history of the world.
Yes, all the events in European exploration and colonization made everything the way it is today.
Wow, that was all amazing to learn about. Thank you so much.
Anytime.